Hi, welcome to another Haigh Fest podcast. As you probably know, the festival itself takes place in just a few short days on Sunday, July 4th at Haigh Country Park. Before that, we've just got time to speak to one more band. So today we're at the Fleece in Ashton-in-Makerfield to talk to the pub's resident rockers, social icons, about their opening spot at this year's festival. Can I just ask you to introduce yourself?
I'm Dave, I play rhythm guitar and sing.
Phil, guitar and kazoo. Kev, drums.
And we're missing Matt, the bass player.
Yeah.
Matt, the bass player.
Cool. So, first obvious question, are you looking forward to playing Haigh Fest?
Hell yeah.
What particularly are you looking forward to the most?
Because,
What did Dave Hetfield get you?
hell yeah. I've been going to Haigh Fest since, I don't even think it was called Haigh Fest at the time. But since I was like 14 and went with a load of people from school, and I've always wanted to play. And I've been applying for the past 3-4 years. This year, it's the winner.
I went to Haigh Fest about 5-6 years ago when I was at college. It was when the hate mail were on. Hate mail? Yeah.
I actually liked hate mail.
Has anyone else got any particular memories from Haigh Fest past?
I'm trying to remember the name of the band I really liked when I went to see it the first time. I think it was Northern Sounds or something like that. They were around ages ago, and a guy from school was in it. And they were really, really good. The first time I ever heard Master of Puppets live, it was really good. Right. So that was just like, wow, I want to do that.
What is it about the festival that you think is have to play here?
I think it's because it's the biggest one round here, and it's the one that everybody goes to. We can reach the most people with it. At least that's what I'm hoping, anyway. Yeah, you'll get more attention basically than in a local pub or something like that, because people will go. No offence to pubs.
Did you feel any pressure because you're the opening act this year? Is there a lot riding on that? You've got to basically kick things off.
The way I see it, we're first on. They want to get us out of the way.
Pressure's on the other bands, not as good as us. So
Yeah.
that's all the other bands as well.
We gotta know some opening tracks, so weary.
Nice. Have you anything special planned for the set?
We're getting wireless things so we can actually move on stage.
Sweet.
I've been looking into inflatable bananas, but I've not really given it much.
We've got Matt, it's alright.
Well, we know we've got to do something, and we've got some ideas, but we've not tried any of them yet.
Yeah, we shot some money for pyro.
And a shot on her for headbanging, so...
Lasers.
There's always wigs and cheap torches.
Yeah, and I have got some of those Macklin party lights upstairs.
A couple of laser pens onto my drumsticks or something. I might fashion a proper reverse Mr. T. Just need to trim it down a little bit.
There is something I need to get though, which I've not used before. Don't know whether the sound guys will approve, but we'll see. I'm not giving any more details.
Big surprise coming up with the opening.
Theremin.
Is there any other bands on the bill you're looking forward to seeing this year?
Actually, ECD, because their guitarist, I actually taught him a couple of years ago. Well, I didn't teach him. I was in the class that he had his GCSE, right. And he's a talented guy. But I've never. He's got the kind of personality for the frontman, but I've never actually seen him. So look forward to that. And to see the Hicks would be good. As it being on a Sunday and I've got school the next day, I don't know if I'll stay around for the whole day, but I'll do my best. I've seen Chaos Theory, and they're good. They're really good, jumping around on stage and all that. But I don't know any of the others. Do you know them?
There's elements. I was in a band of Alex the bassist for about 4 years, and I've not actually seen them since since he joined them really. So it'd be interesting one. I don't even know who's I'm in, so I'd like one, to be totally honest with you.
So you'll be sticking around for the day too? Or something like that?
Yeah, I'm going to stay on there.
I'm going to try and sort it out so I don't have to drive home, so I can actually have a laugh, which I don't often get because I'm always the designated driver in most of my bands.
Depends how much gear we have to take, I suppose.
Yeah. So I'm going to get Matt too, since he's not here. I'm going to volunteer him. Are you guys up for that?
Yeah, Matt can drive.
Matt can drive.
People who might not have heard of you or seen you before, if you want to encourage them to come down, how would you sell it to them?
Guys?
I always say something really dumb, so I'm going to pass this to you.
Noisy, heavy rock riffs, and lots of them. And a fair bit of showboating.
Okay. Yeah, loudest, bring your earplugs, but bring your air guitars. Basically, we love playing our own music. It's something, well, I can't really speak for Phil since he only joined like a year and a half ago, but we've always loved just playing our own stuff and all that, and we love rocking out. And when the crowd's going, when the crowd's really into it, it's just the best feeling ever, and our music just kind of, it shows in our music and how we play and how we enjoy ourselves. So basically, they're gonna rock. It's the best way. If they come to rock, they will rock.
Sounds good. So once that's all done and dusted, what else are you guys up to in the near future?
Well, we've got recording coming up in September. We've got the day before Haigh Fest actually. We've got Battle of the Bands at Pheasant Pluckers. What else have we got? We've got a random field day in the middle of Preston, someplace called Grimsar that nobody knows of. Yeah, we've got 45. Yeah, I've told you about this.
Grimsar?
Yeah, 45 minutes to an hour.
Isn't he Star Wars?
There's 5 bands on.
Sounds a bit black. Where's that? Preston.
Somewhere near Preston, I believe. Yeah. A little town called Grimsar. Apparently, they have this field day where it's like a big. It started out like a big family festival thing, but they started putting bands on a couple of years ago. And the Ice Band, who you may have heard of, got in touch with me and said, well, they put a bulletin out and said we're interested, and they said well, we like your stuff, and as long as there's no swearing in it, it'll be alright. There's not anymore.
Yeah, that was all Ian's fault.
That was all Ian's fault. Yeah. He's gone now.
Naughty words.
Yeah, that's Ian Graham of Gaburn.
Gay walk.
No comments.
Yeah, that was all his fault. But yeah, that should be fun. But no, wait. I'm putting on like gigs in the Fleece, as some people may know, and I'm hopefully going to get my band on there once we can all make a date. And put some like bands on with us and try and build some bridges so that we can play in Portsmouth or wherever as well, provided people would be willing to drive that far. But yeah,
That didn't look appealing.
The benefits of the recording, I wasn't nodding my head.
So you're putting on your own gigs now. Is that as a result of there being lots of places to play, or?
Yeah, lack of places to play, because to be honest, like we practice in the Fleece. We used to be able to do a gig here once every month or something like that, once every 2 months, and she stopped doing that because, quite rightly, the original bands don't make any money, whereas cover bands make a lot. So she's being dead good and saying, look, you can have the room upstairs for free as long as I make some kind of profit over the bar. So, I'm not making any profit out of it because that'll defeat the object.
Sure.
And I actually enjoy doing it, and it gives a stage for younger bands and older bands alike. So I'm hoping it'll pick up. So hopefully I'll get our lot on there, and then with some light bands, then we'll be able to do another night and just keep going.
So what do you make of like the music scene in and around Wigan, just in general?
Generally indie. What do you guys think?
Not a lot like. Well, there's nothing that we fit in with. I don't think.
We're unique.
Is that works it for you or against you, would you say?
Well, after our gig at Wigan Warriors, I'd say it was for us.
Yeah, well, it's like there's like an indie scene, there's like a metal scene, and we don't really fit in with either of them. But we've played gigs with indie bands and metal bands in Wigan before, so and we've gone down pretty well wherever we've played most of the time. So
We're generally melodic heavy rock, aren't we?
yeah.
So, certainly the image factor that's gone against us, though, like, you know, the past few gigs that we've played, like, you know, we've played with a lot of bands that seem to be more preoccupied with the hair and how tight the jeans are and things like that, and, you know, they can play a few chords, but, you know, they haven't got the grit that we've got, so.
And you see these kids swinging guitars around on stage, and I'm just like, yeah, mine costs like $1.5 grand, there's no chance. I'll keep it with me, thanks.
I was going to say, we're not the best looking band in the world, but I speak for myself in that, but, you know, we sound better. No one's going to just back me up for that. We're the best too.
So is it sort of a case of like style over substance in it? bands?
There's a lot, yeah. There's a lot in it now. If they look the part, a lot of people like him. But it's all about. Well, it used to be about how they sounded and what they wrote, and that's what we're about. We're about writing. We're about recording, and we write what we write what we feel. And most of the time, it's just let's rock and really go for it.
So these recordings you do it in when was it? You said
recordings. We've done one album which isn't out yet. We got 2 singles, but they're available online. And the new recordings, we've done 3 already, and we've got 2 more dates for this year. So then we'll have 9 tracks, and then hopefully, if we get a date next year, that's the second album done, and we just keep going.
So there's any plans with this first album to get that out there?
Yeah, we're going to release it soon. We're just sorting out the thing for the front, the cover, and stuff like that, because luckily Phil's girlfriend is a very talented artiste.
Nice one.
Heard of Van Gogh before?
Yeah, so she's having a crack at that, and some good concept ideas from Phil when we were in the studio. Brought his camera, then he'd photograph us and we mess up. Yeah, we're going to get that out and then hopefully see what we can make of it. But it's a cool album, in my opinion. Sorry, guys.
Any particular songs to look out for?
Let's see what have we got on that album.
I don't even know the names. As long as you have to hum them to me before we play them and all that stuff.
Hang on. Now you may think this is a very long list.
Just gonna play it.
No, I'm not going to play him. I'm not going to play him. Well, As I Am, that's cool. Nice riff. Biggest Mistake, again, nice riff. Lately is one of the singles. It's a softer side. Long Way Down, Get Head Banging. So Long, nice and bluesy. The End Is Nigh, again, dead rocky. Tonight, love it.
It's not a song.
Yeah, they're some really cool tracks, but they're all that kind of style where it's not poppy rock, but it's melodic heavy rock, which there's a bit for everybody to like, really. Everybody likes a bit of our album, I think.
Going back to what you were saying about playing with like metal bands and indie bands, I know you said you don't really fit into either one, but is the one that those audiences react better to your music than?
We did well.
Negative feedback.
No, we did well at that place in Stockport, didn't we? Until Phil broke his ankle.
Thatched out.
And they said you were really good, and they asked us back. So they really liked us, despite the fact that we didn't even come from them. We'd only been there with our old band.
So do you reckon one solution is to have more stuff going on in Wigan that's on a bigger scale, or?
Well, I just hated that whole mentality of original bands who work harder than covers bands. That's obvious. Have to pay to play in most places, or have to sell tickets and in order to get people there. And I like Ashton's very central, so it's just just try and advertise it in Ashton, get a few people in there, and it pays over the bar. Like I say, I'm not looking for any profit. I can't offer the bands any money, obviously, because it's more like a collective thing. Despite the other night, a band said to me, "Oh yeah, we'll play 45 minutes, but we expect 200 quid for turning out." And I was just like, "You what?" But they were all original.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm wondering where they play to get paid that much. Like, do you have any gigs? What? But it's just that's why I started it, because it's not fair on originals bands out there. And I'm thinking of the younger ones coming up from in high school when I'm teaching them. They're like, "Oh yeah, we've got a gig here, we've got a gig there," and I was like, "Oh, Brill, how many gigs do you have?" "Oh, it's just this one. We only have a few every couple of months because we can't find any." So provide the opportunity, and you can also help yourself. You can also help my band. So it's worth the shot, and plus I enjoy doing it. Don't claim to be a professional, but it's fun.
Plus, this place has got the benefit of it's all ages upstairs. So
yes. If you get a function room, that's it. You're sorted.
Cool.
That's the plan.
So we talked before about other bands in Wigan that are on Haigh Fest. Is there any other bands knocking around that aren't on the bill that you'd recommend?
Ugly Soul are a good band. They're quite different actually. They've got a bit of jazz in the repertoire as well, which is really good. Colour Me Blind, obviously, they blew me away when we did that gig upstairs. They were dead good, really good. They need to try and start a revolution. Revolution! Bring original music back.
Any last messages to people who are going to listen to it?
You know what? I usually keep my mouth shut, so I think I will.
We've done a great job of selling ourselves today, haven't we? Right, okay, get down there, bring your air guitars, and get ready to have a laugh, have fun, because that's what it's all about. Ronan Keating's not there, so let's have fun. That's all I can really say.
And that's all we've got time for today. Thanks again to Social Icons for chatting with us. If you want to check them out online, they're at myspace.com/socialicons, and you can check them at 12 o'clock on the big day kicking off Haigh Fest 2010. If you want more info on the big day itself, go to wlct.org/Haigh10. And if you can't make it for any reason, or you just want to send us your comments, follow us on Twitter at the link Wigan. We'll be doing a live report from the festival all day. Other than that, thanks again for listening, and we'll see you on Sunday.